It was a pretty typical day of golfing until we played about 4 or 5 holes. And all of a sudden, Jan's not keeping up with us, and that was very unlike her.
As you know, she's pretty darn fit, and so we did not expect that Jan was really having issues.
We said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" And she said, "Well, I have to catch my breath. I'm not catching my breath. I have to slow down a little bit." We were talking and said, "Well, maybe you should call your doctor."
But she didn't sit down, like, get down on the ground or anything when we were with her. She just kept golfing.
I was pretty insistent about, hey, I'm okay. I feel great now. And this too shall pass, and let's finish the game. So we did.
What we didn't know until after all that is that when she had gone into the clubhouse to check us in, she hadn't made it all the way to the clubhouse.
So I was going up this slight incline as they're getting their bags, and I suddenly felt like I couldn't breathe, and I started gasping for air. And thank goodness there was a bench close by. So I was able to sit down. I felt a little dizzy, and then after a little bit, I was fine. It went away. I continued up to the hill and came back. I didn't want to alarm my girlfriends, and I'm kind of known as having a stubborn streak. So I went to hole number 1, didn't say a word to them, and we continued playing golf. About halfway through, though, I felt, again, the shortness of breath. And my girlfriends noticed, and they came rushing to me, and they said, "Jen, are you okay?" And I said, "Well, I'm just having a little bit of breathing issues right now. I just feel like I am needing to kind of just relax a little bit and get some more air in me, but I'm going to just be fine." Well, they were saying, "Jen, that's it. Let's cut out the golfing. Let's go back home."
Later that evening, I did get a call or text saying that she was in the hospital. I said, that's when the guilt really starts, because you think, well, what did I not see?
So we went to the emergency room, and that's kind of when my life changed. And I had a fluttering of my heart, so my heartbeat was very irregular, and that's what they call atrial fibrillation. But while I was home, I would have these incidences of where I would go on small little walks, and I would have these breathing issues. Again, it was like gasping for air, and it would last about 20 seconds, which really helped me knowing I am going to come to an end to this. Although I kind of figured out after 20 gasps of air, I'd be hopefully back to normal. What happens if it didn't? What happens if it kept going? And that was really alarming to me. And I went to another cardiologist, and that cardiologist referred me to another cardiologist. And he looked through my records, and he says, "There's another test I want to do." And so what happened was a surprise. He didn't find a blockage, but what he did find was a large abnormal blood vessel leading from my coronary artery to my pulmonary arteries. I was told that people that had this test, this catheterization test of monitoring, about 1 in 1,000 come up with this issue. I was a healthy woman, and then I was told I had congestive heart failure.
I'm a researcher, so I actually looked into what was being done and what could have been done. 25 years ago, Jan would have had to have had open heart surgery. You can know what's there. You can see where the blood flow is. And it's been research over the last 20 years, particularly the last 10 years, that's really made all these things possible. It's been the research community, in the cardiac research community, and clearly American Heart's been part of it.
Very much so, very much so. American Heart Association has raised funds for actually local research here at Iowa State University, as well as the University of Iowa. There's help that American Heart Association is needing. More science can be done, more research can be done that will help us in finding these solutions, the remedies to help us live longer and healthier lives. I'm asking you now to open up your hearts and to make a gift to American Heart Association that is meaningful.
I think the main thing I want people to know is pay attention, listen to your people. You know, if they say, oh, I don't feel quite right, know that that is a sign of something they need to get checked out.
Recognize the signs, recognize the breathlessness, recognize the racing heart, and not just bury it, but actually go talk to the doctors, go to the ER. When she had her annual check, she was marginal. Within 6 months, she was very, very critical.
I'm grateful that I was able to share my story. I am not a spokesperson. I do not like to be the center of attention, but I felt it was important that I tell you how I did things wrong. And I took my heart for granted. And I want to stress that don't take your heart for granted. It's obvious your life source. So my message is, don't do what I did. Or should I say, don't do what I didn't do. Don't make excuses and reasons why this is not a serious situation, but take action.